In this training capsule, we will understand the startup phases. This will help you to understand and analyze in which phase you are in as an entrepreneur, co-founder, or team member. Startups fail because most entrepreneurs feel they have a solution in mind they're looking to solve a problem with. Instead of building a solution for the customer, they look for customers to use their solution. It is really important to adopt market research and an observation-based solution development approach. The top reasons for startup failure are related to buyers, whether it's lack of market need, ignoring customers, or building the wrong product. With MVP developed, we expect it to grow quickly. But in reality it's not feasible, hence we need to understand startup phases and what to expect in each phase. There are 3 important phases of any startup. The first is the pre-startup phase. We normally try to jump to develop a solution without observing or understanding the market and customer needs. Many times we build a solution which no one wants to buy or use. In this phase, we have an idea or solution concept which we believe in. For the idea or solution, we need to do initial market research, list down the assumptions. The idea needs to be rephrased and reframed into a working model. Many times we call this a business model with business and revenue objectives. Each idea has some objective to achieve, whether it's cause, money, name, or fame. Our overall course is focused on reframing the idea or concept into a working or business model with help of Business Canvas. We will talk about it in detail. We normally build and work on this Business Canvas along with the key stakeholders and team members. With the clarity of the Business Canvas, its important contributing factors, assumptions, and dependency, we start our actual execution by investing the resources, efforts, time, and money as funds. Now we understand how the pre-startup phase is so critical to have a clear picture of our objectives, goals with a high-level customer need assessment, and an expected feasible plan as Business Canvas. With this, we focus on building a prototype, minimum viable product, which is commonly referred to as MVP. Deciding on what to be included in MVP is a major challenge. As a startup we have limitations of funds and efforts, hence we need to decide the features or set of features that have high priority as per customer need assessment. We cannot stretch MVP development to complete product development, as it could be a dead-end trap. If we try to create MVP with all possible features, then we may end up investing funds, efforts to build a product which no one is ready to buy. MVP helps the startup to get some initial customers onboarded with the solution as they feel it is providing the solution to their problem. Founders need to restrict themselves with lean development to build MVP and get initial validations from the target customers. Taking MVP into the market to create awareness, getting initial feedback, creating buzz, hype, awareness marketing campaigns plays a big role in early adoption by end customers. With the early customers, we learn based on continuous feedback. This feedback makes the MVP a scalable product with required features, functionalities that add value to the end customer to satisfy and scale up. The initial customers plays important role in making our product feasible, reliable, and stable. Then the next phase is the scale-up or growth phase. Once the product gets initial acceptance and traction, then we can always grow the overall business with various growth hacking strategies, channel marketing, market and geography expansion. Many times adding aligned products, services help in scaling up the company. Each stage has its business canvas. The components of the business canvas need to be looked at based on the stage we are in. Each component plays a different role based on priority. I am sure by undergoing this training, you will have a better understanding of your startup or organization stage and reading the current business canvas, and improving it to make it better for success. We will continue with the pre-startup phase discussion in detail for this training. As discussed, we have an idea or solution which we believe is good for a startup. While analyzing the idea, we need to look at 3 important factors. A desirable solution, one that your customer really needs. A feasible solution, building on the strengths of your current operational capabilities. A profitable solution, with a sustainable business model. First one is desirability. This is about the demand or need of the end customer. The solution on which we are working, is it required or desired? Are we solving for the right pain point? A test for desirability focuses on whether your solution is a nice-to-have or a must-have for your customer. Ask yourself, what task am I helping my customer complete? What does successful completion of that task look like for them? Looking at what they are trying to do and why it is important to them puts yourself in their shoes, lets you look at your solution from their eyes. If you are solving the key pain points they encounter when trying to complete this task, your solution has met the test for desirability. If not, and there are other pain points that you haven't addressed, then pivoting your solution might put you on a better path. If you have clear yes, then we can move further to the next factor. The second factor is feasibility. With this we need to ask ourselves a question if the solution can be built with our current strengths and weakness. Is it possible to build it with available resources, or it's just an idea on paper that can be achieved? Many times ideas are good but are not feasible to develop. If you have yes as an answer to this question, yes, we are going in the right direction. A test for feasibility measures the operational capabilities leveraged in a new solution. It asks the organization to look internally and objectively assess their strengths like technology, financial, branding, customer service, partnerships, etc. If a new solution can leverage till to 80% of current operational capabilities, and new capabilities can be built where an organization is already strong, it will strengthen the foundation of the company and the competitive advantage of the business. Feasibility asks the question, how can we build this solution to make our business healthier and stronger? If a solution requires building completely new capabilities, the investment is riskier because of the amount of resources required and because it may change the market's perception of the company, not always for the better. The third and most important factor is viability. If this idea is making any business sense. If this answer is no, you need to work on the initial two factors till the time you get the answer for the third factor as yes. Many businesses started working on few factors with clarity and started getting a more clear picture of the other factors during the journey. Many times the business canvas discussion and modeling exercise help the startups to get these answers. Testing for viability asks, does our business model fit with the way our customers want to use and pay for our solution? Is the way we build our solution and the way we buy from our suppliers profitable? Viability not only looks at a profit, it also looks at sustainability to ensure that your business contributes to the community and society. Viability may be the hardest test, but it shouldn't be skipped. There have been too many examples of companies that built solutions for short-term profit without considering the long-term impact. There are other ways where you try to get help from mentors and guides, which is also a good way to look for these answers. But yes, each entrepreneur should seek these answers at the early stage, which helps their journey with much more clarity. So we have understood various phases of startup, and in the pre-startup phase, when we do initial validation, we talk and discuss three critical factors, which are desirability, feasibility and viability. So now moving into a more interesting topic for founders, design thinking process and how to develop design thinking mindset. So before going to the next module, quickly ask a question to your team members. So as per you, what is the most critical part for a startup? Is it the idea? Is it the team? Is it the funds? Or it is the customers? So we will try to get answers and clarity on these questions in our next module.